Saw something. It's National Jewel Day. All right. We have no visiting Rotarians today. We have three guests. We have Chris Fine, who's over here, who is the guest of Michelle Collins. We have Doug Sorrell, who's over here. And then we have Ryan Foster, right there in the middle. No prospective members, no roving Rotarians at Miamisburg Rotary. The last string voted out. Thank you. Thank you. Just mentioned that Ryan Foster's here. So we represent three generations of the wrestling family. So, I'm the next generation, and Brian's the next generation down. So
I had that on mixed up.
Okay. Wow. Let's see here. So announcements. Any announcements? Anybody got any announcements?
Okay, quiet day.
I'll make it. That'll make one.
2026 in the state of Ohio is Ohio Goes to the Movie. And it's a year-long celebration about movies that have a connection to Ohio. And the state came up with this. Your Plaza Theater is one of the selected venues. And Wednesday, April 1st, no food. It's going to be our day to present the century of cinema and show the film Rain Man. Now, the state of Ohio bought out the Plaza Theater. So there's no admission, but you need to let us know that you're interested in coming. Doors will open at 6, programs at 7. About a 50-50 chance that Mike and Fran DeWine will be joining us. I know a lot of people involved with programs statewide will be here. So if you're interested in coming to see Joe Cruz and Dustin Hoffman in a film that was filmed in Cincinnati, and Steven Spielberg was actually involved with early on, and he's a Cincinnati native. Join us that evening, and your tickets been purchased by the state of Ohio, and share it with your employees and friends that fill the house. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just to let you know, this past Saturday was the night at the races for Springboro. And there's a group of us that volunteered for that or at the vending window. Near that section, it sounded like they had a lot of fun that evening. So again, I'm looking forward to the night at the races. Make sure you go in. I think we have 20 horses left to sponsor. So if anybody wants to name a horse, that's one of the, I think there's 8 races that we get to name ahead of time, and 2 at the races we auction. But so if you haven't named a horse yet, go ahead and go into your Rotary app or website, and I think that's what $25 to sponsor a horse. So please do that. And again, if you have, you're looking to that I know there's a lot of businesses that have sponsored things we've done in the past, so we're still looking for full page, half page, and quarter page ads. And so make sure when you're out and about in town here, you let people know you can hit them up for that. And see,
Food sponsors.
we're also looking for a food sponsor. Now, what that means is you're not providing the food, but your sponsorship helps offset the cost of the food. And we have decided the food that we're having is going to be more or less like finger food or burgers. So we'll be able to be more mobile. It's not a set down. But again, go to the Miamisburg Rotary page. Justin's done a great job putting that together. So take a look and see if you want to contribute. Find another sponsor. Any other announcements? What was okay? What question do you have for us, Cole?
Mr. Talmadge, thank you for volunteering earlier today. Okay, so this is a 2-part question. What astronaut and on what mission was the Rotary banner brought to the moon? That is the question today. In the meantime, we will do happy dollars. Who is happy?
Cheryl is gonna. Oh, there's some happy hands.
I Venmo dollared. I'm supposed to be in Greece next week, so I'm really hoping the trip goes off. Part of it's already been rerouted, so we'll see where I end up. Yeah.
I'm 10 Venmo dollars happy. I won't be here next week because well, be at Disney World next week with my grandchildren. So we're going to be having a lot of fun. It is. It's the happiest place on earth. That's what they say. So, thank you.
I got $5 for the Raiders making it to the tournament.
I'll do $5 for the Buckeyes. I got to see the game on Saturday and saw Bruce Thornton get the Buckeyes score.
Had a good conference in sunny San Diego last week. I don't know how they deal with it. It's like blue sky, sunny, and 75 every day. No variation. I mean, that would get so old. Their clocks forward. You already know it's coming, don't you? You know what the 100 clock did? It went back 4 seconds.
Never-ending banjos. Do you know what the churchgoers heard after the recessional hymn? You guessed it. I have 10 crop dollars for the 10 volunteers at the races last Saturday night, and we did have a good time.
I have happy dollars that I don't have to water my lawn.
I have $5 happy dollars for the undefeated Miami basketball team.
I want to add $5 for the Red Hawks as well. And I believe they beat Wright State this year.
Yeah. Beat everybody.
I will 10 Venmo happy dollars for Wright State winning the Horizon League and going to the big dance because that's huge. Rowdy Raiders.
Hey.
I put in happy dollar. Chris Fine and Doug Terrell are both here. Great guys.
All right. Mr. Talmadge, do you have an answer to our question?
It's Frank Borman and Apollo 8.
You guys are very geniuses.
Thank you, Julie. All right, top dog today. We got $35.50 in the pot. Looking for the 9 of diamonds.
847.
847. 847. All right, G. 847. All right. Looking for the 9 of diamonds. Oh. So close. Alrighty. If that is all, go ahead and ask Ted to come on up. I'll let I told you last week Ted was up here with a presentation on the Carnegie Library. Good to go. Very good. Thanks for doing this for us, Ted. This is a good chance for you to practice.
It's exactly the plan.
Okay. Well, first of all, I want to thank the Rotary for giving me this opportunity. I was telling Doug Sorrell that I was going to make this presentation today. I said, this is the first time I've done it. It gives me an opportunity to dry run the program. It's to update you on the Historical Society in the city of Miamisburg status in trying to restore the historic Carnegie Library. So I figured this would be a friendly audience, and I'm looking for a couple of things. I haven't been a friendly audience. I'm going friends, not really.
And I took a look at it. I have an affinity for older buildings, and so I thought it was really a neat building, and it really needed to be brought back to its original glory. So I said, well, let me go home and talk to my wife and see what she says. Another big mistake. She said, absolutely, you will do that. You will get involved and you will try and make this thing happen. So, Andrew Carnegie came to this country from Scotland. He started the Carnegie Pittsburgh Steel Company. He amassed a huge fortune, but one of his traits was that he thought that a person who accumulates that much wealth has to give it back to the community. And one of his sayings was that a man who dies rich dies disgraced. So he funded libraries throughout the world. Over 2,000 libraries throughout the world. He funded 1,600 libraries in the United States and over 100 libraries in Ohio, and one of them right here in Miamisburg. That building on the right there is the Babcock Library. It's in Babcock, Pennsylvania. That was the first library that he funded in this country. Now, he had funded libraries overseas prior to that in Scotland, I believe, but that was the first one he funded in this country. But if you notice, it's quite an ornate structure. James Bertram was Carnegie's personal secretary, and he noted after Carnegie started funding some of these libraries originally that there was a lot of money that was being used for purposes other than libraries. By that I mean there were huge entrance halls, there were marble trim, there were huge colonnades, there were rooms within the libraries themselves that were not used for books. They were art galleries and other things of that nature. And so Bertram came up with a set of guidelines for funding these libraries. It had to be given to a community that had a population of 10,000 people or less. The maximum that you could receive would be $20,000. You had to demonstrate a need. You had to show that you had a location to put the library, and you also had to demonstrate that you would be able to fund the library after it was opened up. He also came up with six basic designs. Miamisburg didn't have a library. From what I can from what I gather, there was a petition that passed council back in the early 1800s, indicating that they should fund a library, but it never happened. Well, in 1908, the Monday Night Club, which is still, thank you. I think that's my phone. Sorry. Oh, it's your phone? Oh, okay. Oh, they'll leave a message. The Monday Night Club, Carolyn was not, I don't think you were a member of that club. Bobby Sweeney may have been a member of that club back then. But anyway, the Monday Night Club saw the need for a library, and they listed the support of other organizations. One of them was the Women's Christian Temperance Association, and they approached the mayor, W.A. Reeder, at the time, who took their concerns to city council. Council approved it, and Mayor Reeder wrote a letter to Andrew Carnegie requesting support for the library. This was on December 10th, 1908. December 24th, 1908, Carnegie's secretary, Mr. Bertram, responded and said that he would pledge $12,500 to the construction of a library in Miamisburg. Pretty amazing how quickly that was done. This is the actual letter that was sent to Andrew Carnegie by the mayor. This is his response, pledging $12,500. The Frank Packard was hired as the architect. Packard was an architect in Ohio. He had been responsible for the design of several Carnegie libraries throughout the state, so he was hired as the architect for the Carnegie Library. Cornerstone was laid in 1909, and the doors opened May 10th, 1910, and they actually started operations in June of 1910. Now, over the years, the library had a number of uses. In 1923, it became a school district library, and that's because there was funding issues, and so it became a school district library. In 1966, it became a branch of the Dayton Montgomery County Library. But in 1981, when a new library was constructed next door to it, the library was vacated. And over the years, it's had various uses, but really nothing has caught on. It was a community center. There have been a number of tenants in the libraries, to my understanding. Parks and Recs used the basement for various programs, but nothing really took hold. And in 2024, the city and the Historical Society came to agreement where the Historical Society would use the library as a veterans museum. You know, when Kim first approached me, I said, Veterans Museum, that's pretty good, because I'm retired Air Force. I had 28 years in the military, so I thought this would be a great opportunity to show support for veterans from this area. Then I said, well, let's maybe we can expand this, make it for veterans and for first responders. But the more I thought about it, and the more I thought about the library, the more I thought what a crucial part of the history of the city of Miamisburg that this building is. I remember my mother taking me to the library to get my first library card. I went to kindergarten in the basement of that building, so it gives you some idea how old I am. Mrs. Helen Maddox was a kindergarten teacher. Helen Lang was her assistant, and Virginia Kinderdine was the librarian. And at 5 years old, I thought Virginia Kinderdine was the most beautiful woman I'd ever seen in my life. So that's where we are, and this is what the library looks like right now. I'm gonna divert here, and hopefully I can make this work. I have a small video, or a short video, gives you some idea of what the condition of the library right now. So you can see from that video,
there's some good and there's some bad in the library. And so what we have done, because it really is going to take more than just a little paint and a little elbow grease to fix it up. The library has hired Laura Bornhorst as our architect, and she has gone through the library and identified a number of the issues. As I said, the Historical Society is going to use it as a means to honor veterans and first responders from the city of Miamisburg and from the surrounding area. This is some of the memorabilia that they currently have in the library. They need more space, and the library is going to provide that. This is the material from the first responders. Anyway, this is the plan that we have. This is put together by Laura Bornhorst. Laura has done a number of buildings within the community, and she has embraced this project wholeheartedly. These are her actual architectural drawings and the problems that she's identified. We're going to remove the handicap ramps. The handicap ramps that goes along the west side of the building, the front of the building, and also remove the stage area to try and return the library as closely as we possibly can to the way that it originally was. Going to check the foundation, because if you noticed on the video, there was a number of areas where it looked like there was water damage. We believe that has been remediated by new gutters and downspouts that have been installed. And also we believe it may have been caused by landscaping material buildup too high along the foundation, which has seeped in through the windows. So the foundation will be checked. It will be taken care of if there are any existing problems, but you don't want to go forward with a project like this if you still have a problem in the basement that has not been addressed. The exterior of the building is going to be retuck pointed because the grout and the mortar between the bricks has deteriorated over the years, and a fix was to put caulking in there. And the brick mason who we've talked to said that's not a way to fix that problem. So a lot of the entire building has to be retuck pointed. The windows are going to be either repaired or replaced. We've talked to a couple of contractors who have said, I can replace the windows at this cost. Another one said, I can repair those windows, because if you'll notice, there are storm windows on the outside of the windows on the second floor. One of our contractors says, well, I can take those off, replace those, and I can refinish the actual existing windows. So that's going to be a call that whoever gets the contract for the project will make that call. We're going to put glass block on the windows on the lower level. A reason it's cheaper to put in glass block than it is to have the windows refinished, and also it provides additional security. And the HVAC system, which I don't know whether you noticed it in the videos. In fact, I'm not sure we showed that in the video. The HVAC system is along the east side in the back of the building. That's going to be relocated to the west side of the building, behind the building, so it's out of view from the front of the building. The entranceway is really in bad shape. I say bad shape. It's sagging. There used to be a wall there, we believe. The wall was taken out, and instead of properly securing the area that the wall was removed, what the architect recommended was to take 2x4s, fasten them to the ceiling joists, and then fasten those 2x4s to the roof trusses. Interestingly enough, the architect who recommended that was Laura Bornhorst, one of Laura Bornhorst's instructors when she was a student at the University of Cincinnati School of Architecture. She said, absolutely, that's the wrong way to do that. You don't support an expanse like that from above, you support it from below. So in this area right here, there's going to be a beam put across there. The ceiling's going to be brought down,
We'll put new ceiling joists that will be perpendicular to that beam. Hopefully we'll be able to save the coffering that's in the entrance area, put it back up. Carpeting will be removed, and a laminate floor will be placed throughout the first floor as well as in the basement level, and hopefully we'll upgrade the lighting throughout. We'll upgrade the restrooms. There'll be 2 restrooms, one of them in the men's restroom in the basement, ladies' restroom in the basement. Currently, there's a men's restroom to the right as you enter the building, and that restroom is going to be removed, and the floor is going to be taken out, and a lift is going to be placed in the basement. That way we'll still be handicap accessible, so people who have disabilities can enter the basement through the lower level, and that's the way they be able to get to the second floor. And that way we'll be able to get rid of all that ramping around the exterior of the building and still make it handicap accessible. We'll put in new glass entrance doors, remove the stage, install new steps, and this is what we hope the final product will be. So, all right. Oh, did I do some? Oh, okay. All right. This has been a joint effort between the Historical Society and the city of Miamisburg. And I would go so far to say that it's been more than a joint effort. It has been really a partnership. We have worked closely with Ryan Davis and the crew at Parks and Recreation, and they have been absolutely outstanding to work with and very supportive of what we are trying to do for the city of Miamisburg. We anticipate, we have some estimates of what the project cost, and we believe it will be about $800,000 total. And the city and the Historical Society will share that cost. So we are looking for support, financial support, moral support, primarily financial support right now. But as I said at the beginning, and I have reiterated, this is a museum to honor veterans from this community. But I think more importantly, from a personal standpoint, I don't know how you feel about it. From a personal standpoint, I believe that this building is part of the fabric of this community. It has absolutely incredibly historic significance. It's one of the few Carnegie libraries that are still in existence. Probably about a quarter to a half of them have been torn down. In fact, when the new library was being put up, there was a movement to destroy this library, and Laura's father, who got wind of it, actually went around, petitioned the people in the area, and went to city council and saved the library. So I think it's only fitting that Laura is part of this project. You know, the Miamisburg Historical Society has made a number of contributions to the city. It has, restored the Gephardt Tavern, restored the Kircher Cabin, was instrumental in revitalizing the Market Square building. So this is just another project that they have taken on to save a part of the piece of the history of this community. But with your help. So if you donate $12,500, which is the original amount that Andrew Carnegie pledged, you will become a member of the Carnegie Society. And before you start running for the door, let me tell you that we have worked out a payment program with the city. So if you contribute $12,500 or more, you can spread that payment over 5 years. So $2,500 a year to become a member of the Carnegie Society. We also have naming rights for the rotunda in the back. For $50,000, you can have your name put on the rotunda, and the two wings on each side, $25,000 each. You would acquire naming rights for those. If you do contribute and you do become a member of the Carnegie Society, you receive a commemorative coin, you receive a plaque, and we're still working out a lot of the details here. So, if you want to come up and give me a check for $12,500 when we leave, that we'll figure out some way to get you the coin and the plaque. But anyway, this is it's a work in progress, and this is what we have now. This is what we hope to have in the future. So that's pretty much all I have. I'd be glad to entertain any questions you might have. Like I said, any suggestions you might have. I'm also looking to take this show on the road. Doug Sorrell has graciously agreed to help with the fundraising. Bill Scudlaric, Lee Hieronymus, John Warrington, and myself are part of the Ways and Means Committee of the Historical Society, and we'll be doing what we can to help raise funds to make this project a reality. I don't know if I should say anything more about it probably go out for bid, I think, to the contractors in June. At least that's what I've been told. So if any of you have any questions, suggestions, comments, have at it. Yeah, Bob. You will? Good for you. My wife told me so will we. So there you are. We got 25 grand already. All right. Good. Damn, this is easier than I thought, Doug. All right. Anyone else? Don't be shy. Get up here, Doug. Anyway, any suggestions, questions? I'm more than happy to meet with any of your organizations, the Merchants Association, the Eagles, the Moose, your companies. The mayor has invited me to make this presentation at her businessmen's luncheon in June. I plan to be there. I'll come to your companies, to wherever you want. If you are, you want more information, you want to show this to your employees to get on board and support this effort. Yes. It's a good question. Laura has a former, well, first of all, the focus is going to be on veterans and first responders. There's also some ability for us, the mound, the energy museum up at the mound. That's moved to Dayton History, Carolyn Park. But some of the people who are involved in that still have some of those items. We were thinking about possibly allowing them to use space down below to display what items they have. But it is also, there's some thought of using one of the rooms on the side as a conference room, a meeting room, a reading room, something like that. But Laura has a professor who teaches at Miami University. He's an architect as well, and he has a class on, I think it's called curation, where they actually put together displays for historic items. And so
we couldn't get it done in time, but for this presentation, but they have come to an agreement where he is going to enlist support or the assistance of his students and make it a project for them to come up with ideas on how to utilize the space for what we intend to use it for. But you're right, it could morph into something else. And right now the focus is veterans and first responders, but quite honestly, my focus is saving this building and returning it the way it looked originally.
I'm glad you're getting rid of those ugly red doors, or whatever color that is. Is there any plan, or have you looked into grants, writing grant?
Yes.
requests?
Yes. Yeah, we have. In fact, Ryan is working on grants. Ryan Davis is working on grants. And John Warrington, who is working with us on the Ways and Means Committee, his task is to research grants. He's written a couple for the Historical Society, so hopefully he'll be able to find those grants, identify those grants, and then he will work with Ryan to submit those grants to whoever is handing out the money. You know, we looked at it. Carnegie is actually providing grants right now, but we're not eligible for a Carnegie grant because that's only for libraries that are being returned to library use. But yeah, we're going to be looking for grants. So maybe we need to speak to our state representative.
We have.
You have. You're way over. You're on the.
I think Chris is. Did you get the application or Ryan?
Yeah, we've submitted it.
Okay. All right. Great. Great.
On your list of people you're talking to, you should also talk to the American Legion.
Well, I'm sorry. I couldn't think of that off the top of my head. But yeah, any organization like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, Doug has an idea here that I thought was really a pretty good idea.
May I have 30 seconds? In Montgomery and Warren County, American Legion, AMVETS, and First Responder Department total 149. If you take 149 and divide it into 400,000, that's $2,900 per department. And if you give them an opportunity to have a rotating display from their department or who they would like to recognize in and out of this fabulous facility, I think we're not going to have even remotely close to this. And it's located in Troy, Ohio, and that's Miami County. It's your turn, Ted.
Thank you, Doug. That's taking me under his wing. You're like my big brother. Any other questions? All right, thank you all very much. If you can help out in any way, please let us know. Thank you.
I'm working on it.
Very good. Thank you, Ed. All right. Today's gifts were provided by Bob Bell. So we're looking at some blue tickets really here. Slow. Last 3257. 252. 257, 252. We got one? 257, 252? Yes. 257, 252. Which one do you have, Doug? Oh, real good.
Teddy won. Hey. Good. All right, thank you all.
Hang on. Let's go through the four-way test, please. We're going number one. Number two is it number three? Number will it be beneficial to a concern?
Shoot, that's weird. Interesting. So can I back out of that? I'm curious.